Sometimes a desk setup can look good in photos or videos, but in reality can be a little bit uncomfortable to use. If you're new to the channel, by the way, welcome. My name is Thomas, and I worked as a software engineer for over 15 years in various offices, and for the past 6 years, I've had the privilege of working from home full-time. I started my work from home setup at the kitchen table with nothing more than a laptop and an old 1080p external monitor, gradually making improvements to my setup over the years, making mistakes along the way, and learning from those mistakes. This is just a list of quick things that have made my own desk setup more comfortable to work at full time, and if you do end up finding value in this video, by the way, make sure you do hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really helps me out in growing this small channel, and I appreciate your support. The chair is the most important part for your desk setup, bar none. And there's nothing that comes close to the importance of a chair and the difference in comfort that a good chair can make at your desk setup. You know, being a tech channel, I review all sorts of home office products all the time: keyboards, mice, headphones, monitors, and while those things are cool in their own way, none of them compare to how important a chair is for your desk setup and in your home office. If you're uncomfortable at your setup, if you're sitting in a crappy chair, a folding chair. I started my, working from home in a kitchen chair, and that was really uncomfortable. The rest of your setup really doesn't matter. I don't care how nice your desk is or how nice your monitor is or your keyboard is. If you're uncomfortable or you're doing damage to your back, nothing else really matters here. If possible, of course, invest in a good ergonomic chair, a chair that has adjustments that you can, fine tune to your body. Good lower lumbar support is, a priority if you can. Good recline options for times you want to lounge around in your office and watch a movie or something. And the seat depth, make sure that the seat isn't too big for your body. You ideally need for ergonomics an inch between the back of your knee and the edge of the seat cushion. Consider what the chair is actually made of. For example, fabric chairs, they might make you feel hotter, especially if you're naturally a hot sitter, so to speak. So consider getting a mesh chair instead. And of course, if you are going to invest in a chair, a natural thing to do would be to go onto YouTube and to watch different reviews on chairs. That's fine. I review chairs as well. But I can tell you this right now, there's no video out there, including all of mine, that can predict with 100% certainty whether or not, you're going to like a chair for yourself. Everybody's body is different. So if possible, before you buy a chair, try out the chair first. A good footrest to pair with your chair is often underrated as well. People really don't think about that component when they buy a chair. A good footrest helps with ergonomics, for real. It helps with blood flow. It can remove strain on your lower back. Consider as well that, if you're on the shorter side and your desk doesn't go low enough to your preferred seat height, then having a good footrest can help you, keep your feet planted and make you feel more comfortable while you're sitting at your desk instead of your feet dangling all over the place. Consider this as well too, if you do add casters to your desk, because I do recommend adding casters to your desk. It makes life a lot easier. Casters add a little bit of height to your desk. So if you already have that problem at your desk without casters and you do plan to add casters to your desk, a good footrest, again, can help mitigate all of these problems. Quite often with desks, a lot of people tend to focus on the width of the desk, and that's fine. Obviously the wider your desk is, the more things you can fit on your desk. Now, in my own personal case, very recently, I went from the Secretlab Magnus Pro to the Magnus XL, the bigger version. And, outside of the width of the desk, which I did miss on, the Magnus Pro coming from the Ergonoffice Sway desk, the biggest thing that I missed coming from my Sway desk was the depth of the desk. Now, the Magnus Pro, as great as a desk that it is, and it is a good desk, the total, depth of the desk minus the cable management solution at the back was only 23 inches. Now with the XL, I'm getting an extra 3 inches on that, so it's a total depth of 26 inches, which does make a big difference. And I would argue that the depth of your desk makes a bigger difference than the width of your desk. I found personally that if your desk is too shallow, your monitor might feel way too close. Ideally, for ergonomics, you want at least an arm's length away from your face to your monitor. Your keyboard and mouse might have less room and be a little bit more cramped on your desk, and overall, for lack of a better word, your entire desk setup might feel too in your face, so to speak, if that makes any sense. This is very subjective, but I found most, standard desk sizes, at least as far as depth goes, is around 24 inches. And for me, 24 inches is too shallow. I would recommend getting a desk that is, deeper than 24 inches. Anything between 26 to 30 inches is the sweet spot for me. But yeah, overall, the depth of the desk, as silly as this sounds, can make your overall experience at your desk setup feel more comfortable because, again, the whole setup doesn't feel in your face and you feel like you have a little bit more room to breathe. I kind of just alluded to this, but the actual position of your monitor is one of those things that if it's not tuned correctly for, your own body, can quietly in the background make things a little bit more uncomfortable. Having your monitor adjusted properly, for me, is really important for ergonomics. Ideally, you need, again, an arm's length away from your monitor, from your face to the monitor, and that's sort of where that desk depth comes in as well. Believe me from experience, if your monitor is too high or too low, then your neck can start hurting after a while. As a tip, I would always suggest that you use a monitor arm to let you get your monitor in the best position possible. Monitor arms give you the option of raising your monitor a little bit higher than the standard monitor stands that they usually come with. And for visual comfort, which is, somewhat important too, the monitor arm frees up space on your desk. You don't have monitor feet protruding all over the place and killing what valuable desk space you have. Working from home for the past 6 years, a lot of those years, as a software engineer, everyone I spoke to on Zoom, everyone I had any sort of online call with was wearing headphones. That's just the way that everybody was, and that's fine. Wearing headphones can help you with concentration and to help you get work done, but speaking for myself personally, I cannot be in headphones all day long. It's just really uncomfortable. My ears start to sweat, my ears start to feel hot. The clamp force, depending on your headphones, can be a little bit too much after a while. So being able to get a break from wearing headphones all day can make your whole experience, and does make your whole experience in your home office, a lot more comfortable. And that's where desktop speakers come in. Look, I'm not saying you need studio grade speakers. I certainly don't use them. I do a lot of video editing in the office, and for that I typically use a decent pair of headphones when I need to. But for being able to kick back, relax, watch some Netflix, watch some YouTube, even play some video games, it's nice to be free of those headphones, and it just makes my whole experience in the home office more comfortable. Overall, it's a small thing, but desktop speakers can really make a big difference to your experience while at your desk. To help reduce eye strain from looking at your monitor all day, bias lighting can make your setup a lot more comfortable to use. This is the lighting behind your monitor, behind your desk, or around the screen area. This can be literally anything behind your monitor, an LED strip that wraps around the back of your desk. I like to use Philips Hue play bars. They're bright and they light up a lot of the space behind my monitor. They also come with this 3M tape that gives you the option to mount them behind your monitor if you want to. Some light bars, like the BenQ Screen Bar Halo line of products, for example, they light up. They have a small light behind the light bar itself for the sole purpose of bias lighting. What bias lighting can do for you is that it can make your monitor feel less harsh, especially at night, and it can help reduce eye strain because it reduces the extreme contrast difference between the bright monitor in front of you and the dark area behind it. And to note, there are other small little things that I'll mention here that at least helped me make my setup a lot more comfortable. Your keyboard and mouse placement matters. You don't want to be reaching too far forward all day, so make sure you keep that in check. An air purifier, yes, an air purifier, can make your office feel a whole lot better. And while it's not that thing that can be immediately noticeable, it can certainly help keep you healthier and keep your tech free of dust. And last but not least, something that's so obvious, but even for me, I struggle to keep up with, is keeping your damn desk clean. Seriously. Sometimes I get carried away, over the course of a day, we all get carried away. There's a lot of stuff on our desk. Keeping your desk free of clutter and just generally keeping your desk clean can make you feel a lot more comfortable at your desk. This is not to make your desk super minimal or anything like that. Nothing against minimalism. A lot of people like keeping very few things on their desk. But overall, it's just to reduce clutter and to help make your desk feel a lot more usable. So yeah, keeping, some microfiber cloths nearby, grabbing some water, wiping down your desk can really make a big difference. If you guys ended up liking this video, make sure you check out this one right there. You might enjoy that one as well. Also, if you are still here, guys, thank you for your time as always. I do appreciate it. Drop me a fire emoji down below just so I can give you a like for sticking around until the end of the video. Guys, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.